Every single day, we see them. They are around us. They are in everywhere, in our street, on our beaches, and sometimes even our homes. They are small, they're easy to ignore, but suddenly they wreak havoc to our environment and our world. So, I'm talking about trash. As we know, we surrounded by trash such as bottle plastic, chips, and all kind of single-use items. So they might not seem like much, but over time they accumulate, pollute the environment, harms animals, and even impact our health. So we don't always not notice, but it's real, and it's getting worse every single day. So I'm gonna talk about my little story when I was young. When I was younger, I had habit of snacking on chips. So Chitado is why was my absolute favorite chips. So that day, while I enjoying my Chitado right inside my house, after I eat this, I carefully toss the empty bag into the nearby drain just like this. So it's just a mindless action, and you know what happened in the next day? The area flooded. So that's when I realized that how one small action can have a big problem or big consequences than I ever imagined. Now we might think it's just one plastic bags or one wrapper, what harm it can do. But reality is plastic doesn't just disappear. Unlike organic waste, it doesn't biodegrade, it remains. So they're scattering across our plastic beaches and flowing into the ocean. So over 8 million tons of plastic end up in the ocean each year, hurting marine life and throwing ecosystem off balance. So we've seen it so much, we don't even realize how bad it's getting. But the reality is the damage adds up. So according to Antara News and Rakyat Maluku article, in Ambon, plastic waste makes up about over 30% of the total waste every day. And every day, this city produces 2,050 tons of trash, much of which is a plastic. So over time, it slowly chokes our environment. The problem is we treat this as if it's someone else's issue, but we're all a part of the problem. When I went to Wainutu Beach with my project group for a photo voice project, I was taking photos and I saw the old woman who was fishing. But right in front of him, there has a trash was floating around him. And you know what was strange? He didn't seem to care at all. So you guys, you can see, so this is example we got for the Wainutu. And I stood there watching and I couldn't help but it's scenes of unease. So we keep walking through the housing area and what I saw was really upsetting. So there was so much trash scattered everywhere. But what's even more unsettling was seeing how the people there were just comfortable with it. So it was as if it had become normal, a part of the landscape. And that is sad the truth. Was waste has become so normalized that we must stop noticing that. People don't even see the problem anymore. But here's the most important part: change is possible. During our project, our group decide to take action, not just by documenting the issue, but by doing something about it. So we work with the community, so the community called Penjaga Laut, And we together to visit White Home to educate some children or some kids to how the impact of trash to our environment and our world. And after discuss about that, we encourage them to recycle, showing them to how to turn unused plastic bottles into useful items. We didn't just talk about we got our hands so dirty and share the joy of creating something valuable from what was on considered trash. So it was one of the most beautiful things I ever experienced. We didn't just talk about change, we created. We showed the next generation that every small action counts, every bottle recycles, every piece of the trash we pick up is a step toward a cleaner, healthier and planet. So here's my challenge to you. What what are you what are you doing in your community? How are you contributing to this challenge? You don't you if you don't need to superhero to make an impact. It starts with the small things first. Maybe it's educating some kids to the next generation. Maybe it's picking up a piece of the trash if you see on the ground or the crowds or on the street. And maybe it's recycling. Every action counts. Every small action makes a big difference. So we can keep waiting for someone else to fix the problem. We are the solution. So let's stop treating waste like it's someone else's problem. Let's take responsibility. Together, we can create change. So that's all for me. Thank you. Sudah, sudah.